What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Game of the Month, our show where we pick a game at random every month and we play it throughout the month and we talk about it on this show. Hopefully, you guys had a chance to play Ark Survival Evolved. That was our Game of the Month for February. And but with every episode of Game of the Month, we have to pick a new Game of the Month for March. That's the month. So, what game are we playing in March?
Who are we?
My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Now that we got that out of the way, I'm so excited for March. I want to know. I'm so fucking done with February, guys. I'm so done.
Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon? Okay, I guess we're playing Enter the Gungeon. I forgot that was on the fucking list. So we're playing that throughout the month of March. March is going to be a rough month because we got some pretty good Plus games coming out. But yeah, make sure to play... this order's weird. Bloodborne and Ratchet & Clank. Those will be the games for PlayStation Plus throughout March, but you still have a day left to play Knack and Rhyme. We'll be talking about those tomorrow on Plus Club. Hopefully I got all that fucking information out there. Makes sense. There's a lot of shit going on this week. But yeah, Game of the Month, we played Ark Survival Evolved. Now, if you don't know what Ark is, somehow, it is a first-person or third-person survival game where you're put on an island as pretty much a caveman, and you have to kill things, use materials to make things, level up, and essentially just survive and conquer, I guess, because you eventually get guns, all that shit. Me and Chevy actually played this before. Chris, this was your first time, right? Mm-hmm. And I already know you seem to like it because it seems like you played it quite a bit, but we'll get into that. And yeah, I feel like this month I probably played it the least, although I did play it twice. You put the server up, and the only times I played was by myself, which was very lonely. There might be a lone shack somewhere out in the woods if you ever find it.
There might be another one now, too.
Why?
Our coworker.
Oh, really? Yeah, I literally went in there alone to test the server, and I built like a fucking 1x1 shack. And just stop playing. So it might still be there. If you ever find it, you win. You won the lottery. You don't get anything though. But yeah, let's start with Chris first. General impressions of the game.
I really, really enjoyed it overall. It kind of was like Minecraft, but more advanced. Just because the tech trees are so large and the resource gathering is very demanding. Especially on a normal server. I had a chance to play on a faster paced server. But on a normal server, it's very demanding and very time consuming. And it does give you a nice sense of accomplishment when you get things done and a sense of dread and defeat when things are taken from you.
Oh, yeah. As all survival games, you start feeling good, you get a little comfortable, and then something happens and it kind of humbles you. You're like, fuck, I lost everything. It's happened to me in DayZ. Well, you lose everything in DayZ. You're dead. But Minecraft, I've had whole buildings fucking get destroyed, fall in lava, lose all my shit.
Pop in lava and then lose half your shit in
lava.
Yeah.
Ark, a mean enough fucking dinosaur shows up and it's the apocalypse. You're just trying to save as much shit as you can while your building's being ripped apart. Yeah. So yeah, overall, you dug it. Some bad stuff happened. You want to share that?
So I had tamed a couple dodos, a triceratops, a parasaur, built a boat, built a house, all this stuff. And this, I guess it's a dodo dinosaur thing. It's got really big claws and looks like a Kuluyaku from Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Just kind of wandering through the camp, and I'm like, what are you doing over there? You need to leave. And I just kind of left it alone, and it just immediately started killing everything. All the dinosaurs, the dodos, all at once, everything. It just took everything out. And then killed me, killed my boat, killed Frank. I was pissed.
Oh, Frank's on the server?
I guess so.
Oh, cool. That reminds me, really off topic kind of, but just the idea of like you saw someone just out in your front yard hanging out, and then you're like, excuse me. Like there was a video online I saw on Reddit yesterday, fucking of this dude and his girlfriend are in their bedroom, and they look over the window and there's a naked guy just looking out in through the window, and he's like knocking on it. He's like, hey, come out here. And this dude, he's like some kind of Asian, you can tell like the way he talks, but like he's just like, what do you want? And the guy's like, just come out here for a second. So he walks to the front door and opens it, and he looks out there with his camera. He's like, can I help you? And the guy like walks up, he's jerking off. Sorry, kids. And starts walking at him naked. And the guy's like, hey, I don't really want... The dude is the most patient dude, nice dude in the world. He's like, I don't really want to bother you, but, like, you've been out here for a little bit now, and it's getting kind of creepy. And the guy's like, yeah? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, I don't want to come out here and tell you to stop or, that you need to go somewhere else, but you probably should. He's like, I know you're having a good time, but don't ruin our good time. And the guy's like, okay. And then he just like walked off. I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, a little different than your fucking dinosaur story. But
No, it's about the same.
yeah, well, I'll say it reminded me of it. Like you fucking. That's why you don't open the door. It's 'cause sometimes the fucking Kuliaku who comes in and destroys everything. He got lucky with that guy. Huh.
I was so angry. I was so angry.
That reminds me of this one time, not in this month that we played, but the first time I ever played the game. I was feeling comfortable, had like a group of dinosaurs with me, and I went exploring and shit. And at one point, there was this area that like for like weeks, in-game weeks, there was this like battle royal happening on this beach. There's like 2 T-Rexes and everything else, and they're all just brawling on this beach. I'd fly over all the time mining, and when I fly back, I'd see them still fighting there day and night. I was like, it's fucking crazy. And every once in a while I see some of the dinosaurs I noticed, they'd be gone now. And I'm like, they didn't make it. Those T-Rexes were always fucking there. And at one point, I kind of walked close to that area with my pack of dinosaurs. And all of a sudden, I think it's like an Allosaurus or whatever. No, it's not an Allosaurus. It's like a mini T-Rex with a horn.
Carnosaurus.
Yeah, thank you. That motherfucker came running out of the woods and attacked me, and all my dinosaurs just started attacking it. The whole time, like, I was, like, attacking, and I'm like, this thing is way more powerful than all of us. And it fucking killed one of my dudes. And, like, I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. So I told, like, my Dilophosaurus or whatever to fucking run. It's just, like, sitting there, like, spitting and going nuts. And then my turtle's just sitting there tanking the damage and shit. And fucking... I just started like booking and fucking I noticed the turtle's still there. I was like, I can't leave him there, dude. So like I ran back, started fighting. Me and my turtle fucking died. And like I respawned and I was pissed, dude, because I fucking loved that turtle. And he fucking died, saving my life. Or trying to. So I go back and I find the dead turtle and I feel like shit. And my Dilophosaurus isn't there. He's just gone. He like just went he became part of the woods now. He's like, well, I guess I'm fucking back out here. And I think somebody else playing with us found him. Because I combed the woods looking for him. I'm out there fucking whistling, clue, like fucking nematodes and shit, trying to find this dude. And he's just like hiding. Like, that was crazy as shit. And then somebody else is like run through the woods and they're like, I found someone's named like Dilophosaurus. And I was like, oh, it's mine. Who the fuck was he? And they're like, oh, no, he's just in the trees. So...
Well, it's like when the one time when we first got flying and we went up to the top of that mountain or volcano or whatever, and somehow we lost one of the I don't think the pterodons or whatever they're called, and it just turned into this fucking scavenger hunt.
That was mine.
Yeah,
that was crazy. We flew up there and I landed on a certain area. And when I looked over while I was coming back with all my shit, it was like on the edge and it's just like standing there. And I like went up to like get on it and it just fucking went like started sliding. And I went to chase after him. We both started flying down the side of the mountain and we're like fucking hitting rocks and shit. And I'm trying to grab him and fucking I ended up dying, but he didn't. And like, so like I went back and it's like kind of dark and foggy up there. I'm just like looking up this mountain. I'm like, where the fuck is he, dude? And like I climbed the mountain looking for him and we were like fucking on that mountain for like days trying to find him. And he was just standing there somewhere, just like pissed. I'm like, never again am I landing up on like the rim of the mountain. I'll land in the middle of it. The game's all about learning lessons. You're like, this will work, and then it doesn't.
I gave up on making bases on land. I converted my boat into a base, a mobile base.
See, and I actually want to see that, but like most of my experience with the game was when the game first came out, and a lot of stuff wasn't added yet, and like stuff like that wasn't there. So like, I really want to play it now for that. I did play a little bit, but not as much as I would have liked to. But like, I made a really cool fortified place, but I'm really particular about where I build things. But if I could build things on water, that'd be dope. Even though I've noticed they've added way more fucking dinosaurs in the water.
Way more dinosaurs everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. That's the big takeaway. So like just my general impressions of the game coming back to it, it's still Ark. I still really love it. I was a big fan already. When this got pulled, I was excited to play it, and then I didn't play it as much as I would have liked to. But this month's fucking suck. You guys know, fucking Monster Hunter came out. Like, who the hell has time to play anything? And then Kingdom Come, everything came out. I'm just like, you had Secret of Mana. I'm like, who the fuck gets to play these games that we have to play when all these new games are fucking out? Anyway, that's the big thing I noticed though. Like, I still love the game. It's still the same. I love it, and I want to play it more. I have the 2 expansions, but yeah, that was the big thing I saw in like as a difference was like there was more, not even just like aggressive dinosaurs, just more dinosaurs in general, which I thought was really cool. Because I remember there'd be like 2 in an area, and then maybe like a pack of 3. And now like I walked on the beach, and like there's just dinosaurs everywhere. I was like, oh shit, they upped the count. And then like in the area that we originally built our first base, which was a very peaceful place, there's like 1 aggressive dinosaur that would get stuck with the piranhas, and over like a couple days they'd kill it. The Spinosaurus, which is horrifying. Yeah, that was the only thing in that area that was aggressive, and it would just stay down in this pond. And over time, the piranhas would kill it, and we would just take its meat, and then it would respawn in the area and walk right back in that pond, and the piranhas would kill it over time, and I'd just be like taking its whatever the higher end meat is.
Prime.
Yeah, it would have prime meat or whatever, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'm gonna have to kill this thing for this shit.
Well, it's just funny too because like, if you walked past that water and across the river,
Velociraptor City, dude.
Velociraptors everywhere, and if you went the other way far enough, that's where the T-Rex battle was happening.
T-Rex, and then yeah, if you went down the beach to the east, there was a lot of crocodiles, the big mega ones, and like Dilophosaurus, where the fuck they're calling that. Yeah, the place we were at and the island across the way too, the front of the island was fine, but on the top of the island and behind it was full of raptors as well. So it was like the perfect area that we built, and from what I could tell the second time I've played now, it seemed pretty safe as compared to other places, but like I swam in the water which used to be just full of fish, that's it. And there was like giant fucking sharks in there now. And I was
Megalodons.
like, yeah, and I was like, oh shit, they made this game harder. Because
Yeah.
I was trying to cross this
ones.
this like channel. What was it?
There's even bigger ones. The megalodons. There's bigger ones out there. I've seen them. They killed me on my boat.
See, and that's at first you're like, oh, my boathouse. I'm like, that's cool. You can stay the hell away from all the monsters. But I'm like, there's monsters in the fucking water though, man. They're everywhere. And apparently there's birds that take people. So anyway, general impressions.
They take dodos.
Yeah.
Your pet dodos.
Which I kind of like. I kind of like that you have to be. It's fucking Jurassic Park, man. Like you gotta be aware of all the threats.
Which one was that? Was that Wilbur or whatever we called him?
Yeah, Wilbur and Diana.
Yeah, Wilbur got captured by that damn bird thing and thrown out into the water, and it's like Wilbur has died. I was like, you motherfucker.
It's scary, dude. Someone took your baby.
And then we lost Diana for a while. She just wandered.
Yep.
Like where did the other dodo go?
Those dodos, man. They fucking. I remember the original time we played. We had the 4 in the backyard or whatever, and
Yeah, they were in like a pen at least though.
yeah, and they're under like a cave, like roof and stuff like that. So like that place is the perfect place. I want to build there again, but I also want to try something different. But yeah, from what I did play, it was more of the same with more stuff. So pretty cool. I did not get into it as far as I'd like to though, because I know there's so much more shit to do in that game. But yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
What's your impressions?
I didn't play as much as I would have liked to. In fact, I just got done inviting a coworker to come play, so I'm gonna keep the server up and try to at least hop in from time to time because I do want to play it more.
It's too much games.
Yeah, but for me at least, it's calming down quite a bit right now. I don't like the stupid bird things though. I almost want to mod them out, but I won't.
The Snatchers?
Yeah, they remind me of cliff racers, man.
If they're like too numerous, then I wouldn't care if you got rid of them. But like I haven't experienced them yet, so
They migrate. It seems like there'll be like an influx of like 5 or 6 of them in the water, and then they'll fuck around with you for a while, and then they go away.
Yeah, they snatch the shit right off you.
Yeah, they steal everything off of you. They'll steal everything off you, off of any kind of crates you have outside. It's fucking
Yeah, they
annoying.
start stealing. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, that does sound annoying, but I still want to see it.
Well, they're down on the beach pretty frequently, so um, I was impressed with the amount of monsters as well. Going down the beach and seeing just the variety compared to like, I remember the last place we went. If you walked down to the beach and you went up there, it was always like the same assortment. You always had like one, maybe two Triceratops. There was a Brontosaurus somewhere or Brachiosaur or whatever, and then it was just like dodos, and then the occasional at the very end there was the Spinosaurus that would hang out or whatever. In this, it seemed like every time I went down there, with the exception of the stupid Brontosaurus that wouldn't go away, there was a huge assortment. There would be like dodos, there'd be compies, there'd be like these weird like raptor type things, but they weren't aggressive, which was really weird.
The Oviraptors.
Yeah. I only ever had one attack me once. It hit me, but then it ran as soon as it did. So it was like, oh, I couldn't kill it. I'm out.
Weird.
So, I don't know. It's cool. I'd like to see more of it. I also want to see more of the building part. And the one thing I would like to do that we've never done is actually get to the more end game content.
Yeah.
As to it, like at least two other maps I think that we haven't played on. So I mean,
I've
there's a lot
played
of
on the
game
other
there.
two, but briefly, just because I bought those expansions. Like, I want to see what they look like. They're pretty
Right.
cool, but they're definitely made to be challenging.
Yeah.
Because the first one starts you out like, well, you can start anywhere you want, but it's like a fucking desert, and you instantly are like sweating and overheating and shit. So I was like, okay, this is a challenge mode. And the other one is like this weird metallic fucking like sci-fi landscape place. It's really interesting. As for like end game content, yeah, that's something I want to do as well. Because as far as I got the first time we played, like I had like 4 different guns, and I know that like I looked at the list. There's way more shit now you can build too. It's crazy because fucking the first time already had plenty. I was like halfway through the list, and I had like a shotgun and a rifle and a pistol and some other shit. And later there's like auto turrets and stuff like that. And I know there's even more stuff now. I still remember though when I first built that rifle, it was like this huge achievement for me. I was like working on it, getting all the materials, melting shit down, and I finally built it. I was like, aha, and fucking I like made like 5 bullets. And on the server I was like, hey, I built a gun. And Patrick's like, oh, you built a gun? He's like, can I see it? I'm like, yeah, dude, come check it out. And he's like, all right, I'm on my way. And like I run over to the watchtower and I climb up the ladder and I get up there and I fucking load the gun and I'm just like watching out in the field. And I see this like little naked dude just out in the distance like running up the beach and shit. He's just fucking. I'm just like looking down the sight, just like watching him, and he's just fucking running. And I go, bah! And fucking just fire one shot off and he instantly dies, just dead. It's like Patrick's dead. And I was like, fuck, this thing kills. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, what? And he's like, I just died. I was like, you just died? He's like, yeah, I was just running down the beach and I just died. I was like, weird. How'd you die? And he's like, I don't know. I just died. I'm like, you just, like, how do you just die, man? He's like, did you shoot me? I'm like, did I shoot you? And he's like, yeah, did you shoot me? I'm like, I start cracking up at that point. He's like, I knew it. I knew you fucking shot me. I was like, dude, I had to test it. I had to see if it worked. I want to see if I can hit a moving target. So yeah, that was the big caveman finally got fire moment for me. I was like,
Yeah.
guns. I'm ready to kill my friends. Take their things. Yeah. So before we get into recommendations and grades, is there anything else you guys want to throw out there about the game? Another anecdote?
It's still a resource hog of a game. So
Definitely.
Yeah, I can't believe how much it takes to run that game.
Yeah.
I had to see the potato graphics and the ultra graphics on the same computer.
Oh, because you got a new video card, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that was a good time for you to play that game because that game looks really good at high graphics.
Yeah,
And
before it looked like I was playing a game from the 90s,
Yeah.
like 1990.
Yeah, I know you were trying to stream and play that, and like at first I'm like, oh, it sucks, can't do it. But I was like, Ark's really demanding. That's kind of a bad game to try and stream if you don't have like, you're for sure knowing you're going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So, because that game already, like, even if you have like good equipment, good video card, all that shit, that game's still fucking like, give me all your power.
Give me all you got.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, seems like we all dug it.
Yeah.
Let's recommend it. I'll start. If you're into survival games, this is a must. If you like first-person shooters, especially ones with dinosaurs. If you dug Turok, you'll probably dig this. If you like dinosaurs, how many dinosaur games do you get that are of this quality and this experience? If you like world-building games like Minecraft and stuff like that, obviously it's also a survival game, but like, you know, games where you can just build stuff, it's an absolute must in my opinion. I think it has really good tools to do that. If you like survival horror, man, you might dig this because this game's kind of scary sometimes. Yeah, first-person shooters, action games. I don't know. I think a lot of people could play this, but I think there's also a lot of people that couldn't play it because it is at times challenging. And if you're the type of person who can't handle failure or getting fucked over in some way, you probably are going to rage quit this game pretty fast.
Yeah, I know. The first night that me and Chris played, Chris had a mini meltdown because he went swimming and lost all his shit, and then stubbornly kept trying to go get his shit and kept dying. And he's like, "This is bullshit, blah blah." So
You really wanted your stuff.
it's like, dude, it ain't that big of a deal. It's gonna happen.
You're Ethan Hawking fucking Gattaca against his brother out in the ocean.
Okay, I don't know.
You don't know that?
Okay.
Oh, that's a good movie. You should watch it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Everybody watch that. So that's who I recommend it to. Fucking people who haven't seen Gattaca, go watch that.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%. I specifically, obviously, the survival crowd. I mean, this is definitely a must play in that
Absolutely.
category. It's also nice because similar to, I guess, like Subnautica would be a good example of this as well. It does have like an end goal to it, and then you can technically say you've won. As for games like DayZ, it's meant to be an endless experience.
You live in that game and you live with it afterwards too. I still got PTSD.
Yeah, so I mean, there is a point. I don't know if credits roll in this game, but there is a essentially an end goal. But they have multiple maps too. So you can also build Jurassic Park if you want. That would take a lot of resources, though.
Yeah, I almost did. I made the big ass gates.
And the other thing too is if you like, this can be kind of a weird one, but like themes that are mixed together. And a good example I can give with that would be like Final Fantasy is like fantasy and sci-fi. This game is exactly the same. It's fantasy and sci-fi kind of blended together. And it doesn't feel weird. It's really cool. So if you're into that kind of stuff, I recommend trying this game.
Yeah, it's got a cool mix of like, it's a hybrid of like
Treasure chests
Stone
come from the
Age
sky, so.
stuff and like high like sci-fi shit. So yeah. Anything you want to add to that, Chris?
I think you guys nailed it. The only thing I feel like is if you're looking to play something like Minecraft, but more difficult.
Definitely, for sure. And if you have an aversion to shit, I don't know if you should play this game or not, because you can literally just shit in this game.
Yeah, well, it's not that you can, it's that you will.
Yeah. You'll just be like in the middle of working, you guys like, wow. And I'm just
You have
like,
defecated.
And you can eat it.
yeah. Yeah. The game's got options. It's just weird when you've been out all day just working and your guy just has no humanity to him. He's just like, bop, and just fucking pops down like, there's not a meter or something you could at least fucking let me go do that with my modesty somewhere. Maintain my modesty.
You can make toilets, though.
What use is that when your guy just fucking does it anywhere? I mean, you can take the fucking caveman out of the Stone Age, but you can't take the Stone Age out of the caveman, I guess. I don't know. It might be backwards on that one. The guy's shitting everywhere, no matter how advanced he is. Let's grade it. Anybody want to go first? I'll go first. Fuck it. I'm going to give this game an A-. I'm going big with it. The reason I'm going A- is I think this game is a shining example of indie developed games. I think it's a beautiful looking game. The only thing that's bad about it is the resource hogging of the game. But I think it looks great. I think it plays great. I think it offers a lot for a lot of different types of people. I think there's so many varied ways you can play this game and enjoy it. And for me personally, a huge survival game fan. I think it just fucking carved a little chunk of the pie out of survival games and made it its own. Came to the game late and it owned it. I really enjoy playing it. And I think it's a really fun co-op game to play with people. games like DayZ and shit, like I'm just on edge the whole time, and I'm like fucking I love it. But like in this game, there's a sense of adventure that I really dig in it, and a sense of progression of when you finally get to flying and you're flying to the mountain that used to be miles away and now it's an easier journey and you're getting resources now that you weren't getting before. That's something that you don't really get in a whole lot of games. You don't get that experience with a lot of like with friends. So it's just a really cool experience. And yeah, I think it's one of the best survival games that exists. So A- easy for me.
I agree. I'm also going to say A-. I think, and I don't have as much experience in survival games, but I have dabbled in a few, and this one stuck.
You actually can play it.
Yeah. So, especially in a market that is so full of zombie survival games, for someone to come out and go, we're going to do dinosaurs, but we're going to add sci-fi to it, and you're going to be able to progress from hitting things with a stick to shooting them with a gun to having auto turrets and steel walls. I mean, like, the amount of imagination there, and like you said, coming into the game kind of at the later side of the big bubble of survival games, and then just the accessibility of it. I'm not the type of person who enjoys playing these kind of games, and I think this game's a lot of fun. So yeah, A- for sure. It's a quality game.
Chris.
I think I'm going to say A- as well. I
Ooh.
really enjoyed this game. There's not a lot in it that I don't think can appeal to everybody. You can set the game on a creative mode and just kind of have your heart's content of building things, but there's just so much to do. And like Frank and I were exploring the cave, and there's fucking giant insects everywhere. I mean, there's everything in this game that you could want. I think if you're looking for a survival game that's not like zombies.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else anybody else wants to say about Ark before we end the shit?
Is that our third or fourth time that's ever happened?
I think it's like third or fourth.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a pretty rare one. So
yeah.
cool.
It's always fun when it's like pretty varied and everybody's all over the place, but at the same time, quality games gonna get quality fucking results. I mean, like, I really think you would just have to hate survival games to not like this game.
Yeah.
Or you didn't work on your computer and you're like, fuck them.
Or you just don't like a challenge in a game.
Sure.
Which there's nothing wrong with, obviously, but.
Or maybe you're just that guy who does not prefer this game and you're not a dickhead and you're like, I just don't like it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck this game. I don't think there's a whole lot of you out there. Prove me wrong in the comments. Who fucking hates this game?
Also, side note, games on console as well, which is great. So you can play it on your platform of preference. So.
Yeah, I believe Omixai was saying he played this game quite a bit, but he played it, I believe, on console. And it's cool that people on console were able to play it. I played on Xbox when it first came out on Xbox. I downloaded a trial. They have that like hour or two trial of any game thing. It looked like shit. So hopefully they updated the way that game looks. And I hope on PS4 it looks like fucking at least a little better than that. That was really crazy. It looked like they took the lowest graphics of Ark, which is understandable. The game is very, very fucking resource heavy. But they also put it on like 800 by 600 and stretched it to a widescreen. I was just like looking, I was like, this is ridiculous. The game plays, but at what cost? I don't want to look at this. So it's like mad scientists. They could do it, but should they have done it?
Right.
That's the real fucking question. And the real question for me is let me know in the comments what the fuck you thought of this game. Have you played it? What's your opinion of it? Have you not played it? Why haven't you played it? Tell me why you're not into it or why you just haven't gotten around to playing it and what would you play it on and what did you play it on. Let me know all that shit. I said a lot of things, but that's going to do it for this episode of Game of the Month on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook at Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out the streams on Twitch, Tasty Senpai, all one word. If you missed them, I do upload them to the channel. I have been lazy on it recently, but there's been a lot of weird things like building a fucking computer that doesn't want to work for me. Check Chris out on Twitch at tasty_fruit and join the Discord. Links down below. Also, self-plug, I finished an album I've been working on for 3 years called Odyssey. It's on SoundCloud. You can also find the link down below. 14 songs, about an hour long. Check that out. Let me know what you thought of it. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's everything. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
I'm Chris.
That's who we are. I remember this time. Until the next episode, which is tomorrow for Plus Club, make sure to play those Plus games, Knack and Rhyme, and come back tomorrow. But until then, have a good week, have a good night, and take it easy, guys.